Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to a very special video. This is probably going to be a really long one, so I suggest maybe grabbing a snack or putting this on in the background while you do some work or something. But I purchased one of my really good friends' Super Nintendo collections. His name is Sam. He's been in a couple of my videos a while ago when I used to live in Florida, and he is one of the type of collectors who... He doesn't have a YouTube channel, he doesn't post his finds on Facebook or Instagram, he doesn't post to forums or anything. And I was actually thinking about this the other day, but there's a lot more games out there than people realize because there are a lot of collectors who don't share their finds, they don't share their collections. I thought that was just something kind of interesting because he had some really good stuff, and he was a pretty hardcore collector, but he doesn't know really any other video game collectors, and nobody really knew of him aside from me being his friend. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, that there's just a lot more games out there than people realize, and there's a lot more collectors than people realize, because not every collector boasts about their stuff and shares their collection through YouTube videos or anything like that. So I thought that was just kind of interesting, but I wanted to say thank you so much to Sam. I know he's watching. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to purchase this collection. Some of these games that are in these boxes here are actually games that were in my collection before, that I sold to Sam before I sold my whole collection. So some of these games are my previously owned games, which is very cool to, have some of these back. And there's also a lot of doubles in here. There are some cartridge-only games, and so there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be keeping, and I'll try to mention them as I go through. I might miss one or two here or there, but there are some stuff that I'm not keeping, and all that stuff is going to be available for sale at my booth at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is coming up very shortly. So let's just jump into it. So I have two boxes. There's the little one, and there's the big one that you guys saw in the beginning. And I'm opening these for the first time. Just got them in the mail. This one came last night. The big one came earlier today. I want to cut these open carefully because I don't know how things are packed and I don't want to cut anything. But yeah, this is a huge boost to my Super Nintendo collection, which is very awesome. And there's also a few other games in here that are not Super Nintendo, but still very cool stuff. So there we go, got the first one opened up here. I'm going to put it down here on the floor in front of me, but you guys are going to pretty much see them for the first time with me. So there's some bubbles here, and it looks like here's a lot of the cartridge-only stuff and a lot of the other stuff. So we have Turtles in Time, Mario World, and Mario All-Stars. Now the manual for this one is in here somewhere. I'd have to look back through the text messages, but he told me he put it into one of the other boxes. And then there's Bubsy, Contra 3. Then we have Evo, which is a game that I sold to him, which is funny. Also Mega Man X3, which I also sold to him. And then we have Mega Man 7, which I also sold to him. And then this is in some bubble wrap here. Let me try and open this really quick. This is a factory sealed copy of Etrian Odyssey Untold: The Millennium Girl, and this has the soundtrack for the 3DS. Very cool. Then we have a factory sealed, and this isn't an extra protector, but it is a factory sealed copy of Twilight Princess for the GameCube, which is very cool. Looks like there's a little rip up here and everything, but it is sealed. Very glad to have it. Then another 3DS game here that is sealed, but it's also in some bubble wrap. Let me try and get this out. This is a factory-sealed big box copy of Pokemon Soul Silver with the Pokewalker. And the actual box outside doesn't come sealed, but I know for a fact that this is brand new because he found this at a Toys R Us, and I don't remember if I was actually with him or not, but I might have been with him when he found it, but he found this brand new at Toys R Us, like way after the game was discontinued. So even back when he found it, it was a ridiculous find, but a factory sealed copy of Soul Silver. Now we're getting into the box Super Nintendo games, which a lot of these are going straight into my collection. And I think they all have box protectors and everything, so he put them all in Ziploc baggies for me, just in case the package got wet somehow in shipping. So, first up is Street Fighter 2. And that one might be a double, not sure. This one's definitely not a double, and that is Sunset Riders. Very awesome. It's going to take me a little while to get these all out of the bags because they are packed so well. And of course, these games are not going to be shown in any particular order because it is split up through 2 boxes. I don't know where stuff is. So next up, this one is a game that I do already have, but this box looks like it's in much better condition than the one I already have, and that is Robo Trek. So that one will probably be a condition upgrade, and whichever one I don't keep will be available for sale at the expo. This is a very good one. This is R-Type 3. Very expensive game. Very awesome to have marked off the list for my collection. Very awesome. Trying to stack them nicely over here. Here's another one that is going to be a double for me. I believe that this one, maybe the manual is a condition upgrade, I'm not sure, but that is a complete in-box Earthbound. Another very expensive game, but like I said, I already have this one, so my extra is going to be for sale at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. And I'm hoping that game right there will draw a lot of attention to my booth. Next up, this is one that I've actually never even seen, and this is the end of the first box here. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person, but this is a complete in-box copy of Super Bomberman Party Pack. Comes with the multi-tap, and it actually has a box protector too, which is cool. I didn't know that he had a custom box protector for this one, so that's very awesome. The Earthbound came in a box protector as well, and my copy doesn't have that, so that's saving me like 15 bucks right there, because they're kind of expensive to buy off of eBay. Very cool to get this one. Now we're moving on to the second box, which this box weighs like 37 pounds, so you can kind of tell there's going to be a lot of stuff in here. 37 pounds of Super Nintendo games is a lot. Once again, I just want to be really careful opening this. Luckily, the boxes didn't get damaged at all during shipping. At least no major damage. There's no punctures in the boxes or any holes or anything, which is nice. And somebody was here when it got delivered earlier, so it came right in the house. It didn't sit on the porch at all, which him and I are both a little bit worried about. So here we go. We got some more padding on top. I'll move that. And I'm just going to grab the first bag here and open it on up. Pretty much looks like 2 games per bag. So this one I do have, but I don't have a manual, and my box is in horrible condition, and I think the cartridge wasn't in great shape either, so this is going to be a very nice condition upgrade for me, and that is Kirby's Dream Land 3. Very cool. I'm kind of holding the games back like this because my 2 lights are up there, so if I hold it like that, it's kind of in shadow, but hold it like that, looks a lot better. Very nice condition. And then we have King of Dragons, which I did not have. And some of these are missing manuals, but not many of them. So, even the ones that are missing manuals, of course, I'm still going to hold on to. And, just to get it out of the way, because I'm pretty sure people will be asking how much I spent on everything. And I just, for something like this, where it's between a friend and myself, I'm not gonna say publicly how much it was, but I will say that he gave me a very good deal, and we are both very happy. So we'll just leave it at that. But next game is Pirates of the Dark Water, which has very awesome artwork. And a lot of these games I haven't played, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, you haven't played most of the games you own anyway. Which is true, but there's a lot of these games in here that if you are a Nintendo collector, you probably should play. Like this one, Ogre Battle, The March of the Black Queen. Never played it, and I'm actually excited to give a lot of these games a shot because, you know, it's not cheap to collect stuff like this, and, you know, when I pick up a game for $5 or $10 here or there, it's easy to just put it on the shelf and not mess with it, but when you buy a whole collection of complete in-box RPGs and just rare games, I kind of feel like I want to play these games a little bit more than anything else because, you know, I've spent so much money on them, I might as well. But I am excited to play some of these. This next one is Battletoads in Battle Maniacs. Looks like this one has a big crease right down there. I don't know how well it's showing up. But other than that crease, the box is not in bad shape. And then, so this one here is a pretty rare game, and it actually still has the plastic on the box, and if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I really like to focus on trying to get as many with the plastic on them as I can, and by having the plastic on it, I don't mean that it's sealed, I mean that when someone originally bought it, they took a knife and cut right across the edge to open it up, but left the seal on there, so it's opened, but it still has that on, and this one does, which is really awesome, and that is The Adventures of Kid Cleats, which is a very hard box and manual to find. Still got the plastic on it. That's awesome. Very, very happy to have that one. As well as everything in here, of course. You know, it's very cool to be able to not only buy a friend's collection, because, you know, he wants them to go to a good home, and I can help him out with getting him some money and everything, and helping him clear out some space. But it's also just cool to be able to buy collections like this, because it's not something that happens every day, of course. Next up is Link to the Past, which I believe I do have, and this one has the sticker residue up here, and I believe the one that I have is in really, really nice shape, so this one's going to be the one that I sell at the expo. And then we have Knights of the Round. This one's got a little crease right here. You guys can kind of see that. And I believe maybe this is one of the ones that didn't have a manual. I'm not exactly sure. But if you guys see any of the games out of here, aside from like the Zelda one or any like Mario games, but any more obscure titles, if you have a manual for it, please let me know, and I'll let you guys know if it's one that I actually need or not, because I'll have to go through them after the video and see which manuals are missing, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I would like to complete all the ones that don't have manuals, so please let me know. This next little bag is pretty nice. We have Mega Man X, which I actually had a complete copy of this when I first started up my collection again, but the box was in such bad condition that I decided not to even keep it. The box was like worn all over to the point where it was like fading really bad. It was like white everywhere. So this one's in pretty good shape. Very happy to get that. As well as Mega Man X2. So out of the cartridges, I showed you guys Mega Man 7 and Mega Man X3. And here is Mega Man X2. So that's the full X series and 7. Next bag here. This one is a double, I believe, but that's Star Fox. Pretty sure it's a double. This one's in really nice condition, though. And then another really nice one here, Space Megaforce. Not a game that I have ever had. I don't think I had it before, but I definitely don't have it now, so that's an awesome addition to the collection. Everything looks so nicely packed in here in all these little Ziploc bags. Next up is Soul Blazer, and I believe this is one of the games that I had in my collection before that I ended up selling to Sam, so I have it back now, which is awesome. Also, another really nice one, Sky Blazer. Not a game that I have ever owned, and I think I've only seen 1 or 2 cartridges ever, so to get that one is very, very cool. Just gonna pull one out here because everything is packed in here really nicely. Ooh. So this one here is another double for me, but I believe that mine is missing the map. So hopefully the map is in this one, and I'll be able to complete mine, because the one that I have Still has the plastic on the box. It's in really nice shape. So my box is going to be in better shape than this one. But like I said, maybe the maps are in here to finally complete my copy. And that is Chrono Trigger. So I will have a nearly complete Chrono Trigger for sale at the expo, just minus the maps. And then this one also has the plastic on it, which I didn't know, which is awesome, and that is Demon's Crest. Very awesome to get rare games like this with the plastic still on. That's very, very awesome. Ooh, I'm gonna have to save that bag for last. That's, I think, 2 of the best games out of the whole bundle. Just because I pulled it out, I will save that one. Every game in here pretty much is at least semi-uncommon. Like this one, this is The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Very, very cool. And here is The Addams Family. More of a common title, but still very cool. I don't believe I have that one. And this is a huge boost to my Super Nintendo collection. I think with the addition of these games that I'll be keeping, I will actually have more Super Nintendo games than Nintendo 64 games, which is really weird for me because I've always had more N64 games. And so I need to step up my N64 set now. So 2 really nice games here as well. We have Super Metroid, which is a double for me. Another double for me is Super Mario RPG. Very, very cool. So any of the ones that I'm telling you guys are doubles will be for sale at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, so make sure to come check out my booth. I will be selling with my friend Kevin for our new store, Double Jump Video Games. We just put out an announcement video for that to announce the physical store that we're planning on opening next year, so please check out that video. But we will have 6 tables at the expo where we're selling as Double Jump Video Games, but I will have a small section of my own personal stuff that I'm selling, which will include all the doubles from here. So next up here we have a game and its sequel, and that is Super Turrican. And of course, Super Turrican 2. Very rare game. I believe this one doesn't have a manual. I believe this one does. Like I said, I didn't memorize off the top of my head. I didn't memorize what has manuals and what doesn't, so I could be wrong on some of these. And it's hard to tell just by holding them if it doesn't have a manual, because you've got, you know, the game, the box protector and everything. So next up is Super Bonk. Very, very cool. I know I'm saying they're all cool, but honestly they are. And then Super Adventure Island 2. This box looks like it's a little sun-faded. Still very cool, though. And Sam spent many, many years tracking these games down. When I lived in Florida, we would go game hunting together. So I know a couple of these, at least, he got when I was with him, like physically there at video game stores. And but a lot of them he had saved searches set up on eBay, and he would just wait for months and months and months at a time for just the right game to pop up at the right price. And so he spent a lot of time, money, and effort getting these, and it's awesome to have them. Next up is Fire Striker. And as you guys can tell, these are all top quality games, all in the boxes, so this is going to be a huge bump to my Super Nintendo collection. I'm so happy. Then we have Final Fight 3. And these are games that, you know, some of these are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, so I'm very, very happy to have these and very excited that I don't have to track these down myself individually, because by the time I got around to buying all these separately, the prices on them are probably going to be twice what they are now. So, very cool. We have New Horizons. Very nice condition. And then Uncharted Waters. Very, very cool. These 2 here are also going to be doubles for me, and that is Final Fantasy 2 and 3. And Final Fantasy 2 is probably going to be a condition upgrade for me, because this box is in really nice shape. These are both really nice, but I've had a couple copies of Final Fantasy 3 already, so I've already upgraded the condition on that one, but this one's definitely going to be a condition upgrade. these might be a double as well. I'm not sure. If it is, it's going to be this one. That is Lufia and the Fortress of Doom. Might be a double. I'm not sure. Very nice condition, though. And the other one is Lufia 2. Awesome. Ooh, one of the games in here is a very uncommon title that I don't really hear people ever talking about. So the first one is Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. This one doesn't have a cardboard insert, I can tell. And then this is a game that I really do not hear anyone talking about. I saw one person post a photo on Instagram recently, but other than that, Sam telling me about it was the first time I ever even heard of the game. And that is, and I might pronounce it wrong, Musha, or Musha, the classic Japanese tale of horror. Very, very cool. And if you guys are interested in seeing like high-quality close-up photos of each of these games, I'm going to be posting photos on my Instagram page. So if you want to follow me, you guys can check that out. There will be a link in the description to my Instagram page. I probably won't do every single game, but I'm going to do most of the higher-end titles. Next up is Secret of Mana, which is also a double for me, as well as Secret of Evermore. Both doubles, but could be condition upgrades. And then this is a very nice bag here. Another game and its sequel. So we have Pocky and Rocky, very rare Natsume game. And then even rarer is Pocky and Rocky 2, which seems like it's becoming extremely difficult to find with the box. And I actually believe this is one of the games that does not have a manual. So if you have a manual for this game, please let me know. As you can tell, I've got tons of stuff to trade, if that's what you're looking to do. Or maybe we can work out a price and I'll just buy it. There's a bunch more padding in here. Pull out another one here, and we'll keep going. I think there was around 80 games total, 80 or 90. So next up is Kendo Rage. I've only ever even owned the cartridge, I believe, once. So very cool to get a complete in-box copy. And then we have Gradius 3. This one actually might be a double for me as well. I'm not positive. I'm sure you guys can see a little preview of what's in the bag when I pull them out. So this box is not in the best shape, but this is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And I'm not sure if this is a double or not. I believe if I do have this game, my box is in better condition. This one has some creasing and stuff, but still an awesome game. That's actually one of the few Super Nintendo games that I played a lot when I was growing up. And then we have Super Mario Kart. Very nice condition on that one. Then we have very cool artwork. This is Brandish. Very awesome. And then I do believe this is a double for me, and that is the original Breath of Fire. Very, very cool. Trying not to even look at what I'm pulling out. So we have, ooh, very cool artwork. Again, this is Magic Sword. A game that I haven't really heard much about. That one, or the Musha, however you say it. And then we have the Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. This one also doesn't have the protector, just like the last Mickey Mouse game. That's kind of funny. I think I have some extra, or not protector, missing the cardboard tray, the insert. I think I have a couple extras though, so that'll be okay. Then we have the 7th Saga and ActRaiser. And I believe ActRaiser is a double for me as well. I believe both of these games in here are doubles for me, and that is Disney's Aladdin believe. Maybe not. I actually don't think I have that one, but I definitely do have this one, which is a good game, and that is Doom Troopers. It's got a little bit of a rip right there in the back artwork. Or no. It looked like a rip at first. That's the snow in the screenshot. I'm an idiot. It says it has a limited edition Inquisition series game card inside. I wonder if mine has that. But still, Doom Troopers, without that rip, it's actually in pretty good condition. One of these games in here is my second favorite game of all time. First is Donkey Kong Country. Very cool. I love that game. But Donkey Kong Country 2 is my second favorite game of all time, right behind Super Mario 64. Played this one a lot as a kid, but I played Mario 64 a lot more. Next up is the Lion King. Also, no cardboard tray, but still very awesome. And also no cardboard tray on this one is Liberty or Death. That one actually might have been a game that I owned before as well. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I remember having it. I just don't remember if he was the one who bought it or not. I believe these are both doubles for me as well. Super Mario All-Stars and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Very, very cool. This first one in this bag is a double for me, but it is a huge condition upgrade, and that is Super Punch-Out. I actually have this game complete, but the box that I have is the worst conditioned box in my entire collection. It is so bad. It's not as bad as the original Mega Man X was that I decided not to keep, but it's really, really bad, so that's a nice condition upgrade for me. Then the other one here is Tecmo Secret of the Stars, and this is a game that I always wanted, and I don't think I ever had it in my previous collection, but I always thought that it just looked so cool, so I'm very glad to have that one. I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. And then this one I believe is one that didn't have a manual, and that is UN Squadron. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you have a manual, just let me know, and I'll double check and see if I need it or not. And the other one is Ys Wanderer from Ys 3, which is a game I used to have. I don't think that this was my original copy, though. So it looks like we have 3 more bags of Super Nintendo, and then there's another bag of some other stuff in there. Another double, I believe, with no cardboard tray is F-Zero. And another double is Illusion of Gaia. Very nice condition, though, so that might be a condition upgrade. Let's go with the bag of random stuff here. Looks like there's 3 games in this one. So first is a factory sealed copy of Shin Megami Tensei 4. This is the limited edition bundle, I guess, for the 3DS, although it wasn't super limited because I remember seeing these everywhere, but I didn't have that one yet, so that's cool. And then 2 just standard complete games here. For the DS, we have Phantasy Star Zero, just a couple games that he wasn't really interested in keeping, and I didn't have them, so that was cool. The other one is Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008, and Sam is actually pretty big into Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, so this is originally supposed to come with 3 cards, and he was able to go through his collection, and he found 2 of the 3, so he included those for me. So I just need whatever the 3rd card is. He told me that it's a cheap card, so I'll have to try and track down one of those, but that's very cool. So I just need 1 more card, and that'll be fully complete. I feel like a lot of people who have this game in their collection probably don't have the cards, so very awesome. Then we have 2 more boxes of Super Nintendo, or 2 more bags of Super Nintendo, and then we're done with the last box. So here we go. First up, we have a reproduction, which I usually don't try to collect, but this one's kind of special. That is Terranigma, English version here. No manual on this, but I don't think it actually comes with a manual. You can buy this as a reproduction now from like anyone, so it's not super rare or anything, but still very cool to get that. This probably isn't a game that I would have bought on my own had I seen it for sale anywhere, because it is a reproduction, but still very cool, so I'm glad that he bought it so that I can have it now. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Very, very awesome. And then the last two games, which are very special ones here, in the bag that I had put aside. So, I believe that these are both fully complete, and they're not in the best condition, but they're not bad at all. Looks like they both have a crease across the top of the box, but other than that, they're pretty good. So the first one is Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. Very, very awesome. Very happy to get this one. Not a game that I'd ever want to pay what it's worth to get. Same with this one, and that is Metal Warriors, which is a very, very expensive game. Even for just a cartridge, it's pretty expensive. There's a little bit of a crease, like I said, across the top, but other than that, I mean, it's got some wear, like some shelf wear on the front, but other than that, it's in really good condition. Very happy to get that. And once again, I just want to say thank you so much to Sam. We've been in contact the whole time. Like, I was even texting him right before filming this, so I believe I've thanked him a lot already. But thank you once again, Sam. Very good friend of mine. I wish that he had a YouTube channel or something that I could plug for him, but he doesn't. But everyone just post thank you to Sam in the comments or something so he can see that. So yeah, that's going to be it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this long video. Thank you to anyone who stuck through to the end. Really appreciate that. And yeah, this is a huge boost to my Super Nintendo collection. So next, I'm going to be on the lookout for more Nintendo 64 games that I need so that Super Nintendo doesn't reign supreme in my game room. Since N64 is my favorite, that's the system that I'm pushing to complete the set for first. So yeah, I need more N64 now, and Sam has some of those as well that it sounds like he probably wants to hold on to, but if you don't, you know who to call. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.